Have you ever wondered why your mind perceives things that aren't really there? Welcome to the enthralling world of illusions, where your brain and eyes play tricks on you, creating a perception that does not match reality. Let's start with optical illusions, fascinating phenomena that trick our eyes into seeing things which are not real. They happen when our eyes send information to our brains that tricks us into perceiving something in a way that differs from reality. An example of this is the famous Rubens vase, where you can either see a vase or two faces staring at each other, depending on how you interpret the image. Next, we have auditory illusions, a curious case where our ears deceive us. They occur when sounds trick our brains into hearing something that isn't really there, or not hearing something that is. The shepherd tone illusion is an auditory marvel, where a series of tones seem to ascend or descend forever, but in reality, they're just looping back on themselves. Moving on to tactile illusions, these are illusions that mislead our sense of touch. For instance, the phantom limb illusion, experienced by amputees who still feel sensations from a limb that is no longer there. This is due to the brain continuing to receive signals for that limb. Then there are cognitive illusions, where the brain's interpretation of the information it receives gets skewed. These illusions are often used by magicians to perform their tricks. The vanishing ball trick, where a ball thrown in the air appears to vanish, is a classic example of a cognitive illusion. Lastly, we have temporal illusions, which distort our perception of time. An example is the stopped clock illusion, where a second seems longer than it actually is, especially when you're staring at a clock. So what makes illusions so captivating? They reveal how our brains process information and how our senses can be deceived. They show us that what we perceive isn't always the truth. They challenge our understanding of reality. In summary, illusions are fascinating phenomena that trick our senses and brains into perceiving things differently from reality. They come in different types. Optical illusions trick our eyes. Auditory illusions deceive our ears. Tactile illusions mislead our sense of touch. Cognitive illusions skew our interpretation of information, and temporal illusions distort our perception of time. These illusions serve as a reminder that our perception of reality is not always accurate, and our senses can be fooled. But more than just being intriguing mind games, they provide valuable insights into how our brains process information and how we perceive the world around us. So, the next time you come across an illusion, remember, it's not just a trick, it's a window into the workings of your mind.